New hair, who this? Same person, but with a new update. I'm back, y'all. Did you miss me? You know you did, but if you didn't, that's okay. I'm still up and down your timeline, boo. All right, let's get to the matter at hand, okay? This Lexington law class action, including the creditrepair.com, but this class action settlement. Let's talk about these checks, okay? Let's talk about that. So I've been looking at the comments. A lot of people still got questions. I want to say this, okay? A lot of questions that y'all have are in my previous videos, okay? So I do want to make that clear. They are in my previous videos. You can find them there. I believe that I've given you guys a lot of information, but I'm still researching this thing because guess what? I'm still in the process with y'all, when it comes down to my check. A lot of people have asked, well, a couple people have asked, like, what happened when you got your check and things like that. Like I said, I'm still going through this process with you guys. So I have not received my check, okay? But I got good news. The check is coming. So look, I want to talk to y'all about, how what my experience was yesterday when I called the third party administrator, okay? Now, listen, there's been a lot of questions or people stating that you don't have to call, that you don't have to do this, that you don't have to do a form, that you don't have to, that you don't have to do nothing else but wait until your check comes. This is a case by case thing. So everybody's situation may be different. People have moved, okay? Some people are getting their checks at the new addresses, but at the same time, some people are not. So, everybody's situation is different. Some people couldn't get in yesterday. When I gave you guys the formula, some people couldn't get to a live agent. And I don't know if they thought I was, not telling the truth or whatever it is. But I, myself, spoke to an agent yesterday. And let me tell y'all how that went. Because when I mean to tell you, I had the best agent. I don't care what nobody say. I would name him, but I don't want to make Wendy mad. No, I'm just playing. But listen, I had the best agent. Okay, I really did. So let me tell y'all how that went. So yesterday when I called, okay, I was in the midst of some things or whatever it is, right? But he was very, very patient with me. I am so sorry, and I apologize to y'all who have called and have had rude agents. We talked about that on one of my videos that I posted yesterday. But let's just keep it pushing, okay? We know that we have, a goal, so let's focus on that. Tunnel vision, all right? First things first, when you call in, because a lot of people were saying that they cannot look me up. I've given them the information. I don't know if some of y'all didn't have the correct spelling of your name. I don't know if y'all didn't have the correct address. I don't know if, you didn't have the correct email, but they are looking at the spelling of your name too on how they have it in their system. The address that they have in their system, right? That's what they're looking at. So, you may want to ask, could it be spelled like this or just whatever it is? But anywho, let me just say this, okay? He was able to look me up. I gave him my name, okay? You need your name and you also need your address. Those are the two main things that you need. You cannot be looked up in the system if you don't have those two things. Let me backtrack though. When I called, I was on hold. I called in the evening, you guys, okay? I was very busy yesterday doing, some things or whatever. I called in the evening. I called about an hour before, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? And so when I was on hold, it told me that I was going to be on hold for, I don't know, maybe 37 minutes. Then it went to 33. Then it went to 30. Then it went back to up to 35. Then it went back. So it was fluctuating. And then I got to the point to where I was just like, you know what? I'm going to call them tomorrow, or I'm going to call them back later. But then it had to have been the Holy Spirit because, it just came to me no, just wait a little while longer. As soon as I said that, y'all, he was on the phone. Okay. I was like, glory be to God. So I needed my name and I needed my address. Now, he was not able to look me up right then and there, I don't believe. Then he asked me, he said, because he asked me, did I know my address or something like that? And I was like, I'm not quite sure because I've moved around, relocated plenty of times, right? So he'd end up asking me what my email address was, okay? He used my email address and he was able to pull me up. But even with my email address, I still needed to know my address. So, I was thinking, I gave him a couple addresses they wanted. Then I thought about it or whatever, and it came to me of what address. I said, do you have this address? He said, yes. Okay. So he was able to pull me up. Okay. Another thing is the address has to be the address that they have on file. He also told me that the information has to be the information that you had when you first opened the account. The email is the last thing that they will use to look you up. But once again, you have to have the correct address too. Okay. People who've called, of course, before the 7th, they weren't able to look you up at all in the system before the 7th. So I would suggest for you to go ahead and call back. Okay. Now, let me say this. Those who are going to be on that list, okay, for this settlement are those who have been impacted, okay? This is the information that I got. Those who have been impacted by creditrepair.com or Lexington law, okay? Okay, and I know many of you are going to ask, like, okay, well, how do you know if you impacted? The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau are the ones who determine if someone's been impacted or not. Now, if you've had a change of address or whatever, right? First, I would suggest you to call them and even see if you're on the list. If you can use your email, go ahead and see if you're even on the list with the email, but you still have to have the address. But I would suggest for you to call first, okay, to see what address they have on file, because you need the address that they have on file for you to even fill out the request for a reissuance of your check, okay? This needs to be done as soon as possible. And once again, you could submit that request by either the contact us form on the website, or you can submit it by email, okay? Because this needs to be in writing, right? Another thing is, they will reissue out checks, okay? As long as you're in the system, okay? They reissue checks about every 2 months or so. Right now, we are in the middle of a reissue, okay? The next reissue is in February. So you would need to get that request in as soon as possible. If you get that request in as soon as possible, then you could possibly get your check by February, okay? Do it ASAP. I would say do it ASAP, okay? If not, you may have to wait until April or May. That is the next reissuance after the one in February. Another thing that I want to add is when you make your request, okay, for your check to be reissued, you have to know that address that's on file. The reason why I say this is because you're going to need to put that in the email, and you're going to need to also put that in the contact us form. The old address that's on file, and then the new address that you have in all of your other information. They cannot look you up by your social nor of your date of birth. The information that I just told you is the only information that you're going to give them. A lot of people have been asking, well, how do you know what the check amount is? The check amount is based on pro rata, and this is determined by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, okay? Now, this Lexington law and creditrepair.com matter will close, okay, early 2029, okay? And these checks that just went out, they expire April 6, 2025. Another thing that I just want to say is this. The guy that I spoke with, he was very, very sweet. And I did ask him why when people are calling in, they're saying that they can't look them up. They can look you up. I do want you to know that. So once again, call and make sure that you're on the list. And if you need to request for an address change, go ahead and do that. And let me tell you something else. If you like this wig I'm wearing, honey, it's going to be at the bottom. Go cop that too, all right? If y'all got any more questions, please hit me up and I will try to get to you as soon as possible. I hope this video helped you. Go get your check because I'm sure getting mine.